Okay. Okay. Cool.
Hi, Cathy. This is
Hi.
Cathy Eppinger. And
Hi.
of course, I'm Barbara Shor, and we're going to do a fun interview after 40 years.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
it is very unbelievable.
So, Cathy, how did you start? What did you do right after vet school?
Well, my first job, I had two goals in mind. One was to go as far away from home as I possibly could, but still speak English because I didn't want to learn a different language and learn how to be a veterinarian at the same time. So I took a job in Alaska, and that job didn't pan out real well.
What were you
It was
doing?
I was working in small animal practice, in two different small animal practices, half time each one, and I loved it. They were both really good practices, um, and but Alaska's very seasonal, and um, and so the summer season went by, and there went the job, and so I ended up coming home, moving back in with my parents, and I worked at a practice in Lakewood for just filling in until Steve um, Batch came back from his internship. I was the fill-in person till he got there, and then I got a job in Boulder, and so I worked in Boulder County from there on until we moved away about 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, you
And
moved away? Because I knew
so
you
yeah,
when you were in Boulder.
yeah, we were in Boulder. Well, we were. I got so we see. I graduated from vet school. Then the next year was Alaska for half the year. Came home, met my husband, who I had actually known before but not dated at all, and we got married. In that was 84, and then in 85 we bought our house up near Nederland, Colorado, and we were there for 35 years. And so I practiced almost all small animal. There was a brief stint of about 6 or 8 years worth of mixed animal practice, but there was very little large animal in it, really. It was some horses and llamas, and that's about it. So then a whole bunch of things have happened in the last 5 years. But we ended up moving. We moved here to Durango, so we're still in Colorado, but we're in down in the corner of the state, down in Four Corners.
Oh,
And
nice.
with my my daughter, I have two kids, a son and a daughter, and my daughter's the younger one, and she's the one who lives in Durango and convinced us to come down here, and so we live here now, and they just moved in with us while they're building a house. And so I have my grandson as my current occupation.
Oh. So your kids, how old are they and what are their names?
They're in their middle 30s, and my son is married. They just moved from Billings, Montana to back to Dayton, Ohio. He was in the Navy, and then got a history degree actually from Bozeman, from Montana State. Went into the Navy after that, and then right after he got out of the Navy, he got cancer, and that has pretty much changed a lot of things for him. But he got married right after college, while he was in the Navy, and his wife is a podiatrist, and they now have two little girls, and they've moved back to Dayton, where she did her residency and where he had all of his treatments. And then so that's them, and so that's two grandchildren. And then my daughter is a master's nurse and works in the emergency room here in Durango at Mercy Hospital, and she has a little boy. She actually married one of Paul's classmates from high school. That they got reacquainted 4 or 5 years after high school. They were not in the same crowd in high school, but she did marry a Nederland boy, and they have this gorgeous little boy now. So that's my third grandchild.
Oh, nice.
And they range in age from, let's see, almost a year to 4.
Oh, so cute at that age.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And are you still practicing?
I'm not. Um, the practice I was working with in Boulder changed hands, and so I moved on from there and started did some short term in a couple of other practices, and then when Paul got sick, I actually moved back to Ohio for 4 months to help with all of the treatments, and then um, I was still doing house call acupuncture because I did get my acupuncture certification, and I
Oh,
was one of the TAs at CSU for the course there that Narda Robinson taught.
oh,
And
nice.
and then when she went on to CuraCore, and then that all stopped when Paul got sick too. But I kept up the practice part of it. But then when we moved down here, we moved right when COVID hit. It was incredibly poor timing.
Yeah.
And there's no way to meet the other veterinarians down here or interview for jobs or do anything. And so I really didn't go into retirement because I chose to go into retirement. It sort of was things that happened. But now that I'm in it for a few years, I'm good with it. I'm okay. So
Yeah.
I'm
What
doing
was
a
the
lot of other things.
what was the call? What was the call to Durango?
The fact that Rose and Spencer lived here,
They
my
already were there.
children, yeah,
Mhm.
they were there and they wanted us to be a little closer. And so, yeah,
Oh,
so
nice.
we pulled up stakes and came down here, and we really do like it down here. It's really very nice.
Yeah,
We're
I bet.
still, up in the mountains. We're not in town, and we've been out living in the mountains the whole time outside of Netherlands and then down here. So we like
Wow.
that.
Yeah. Well, Netherlands was kind of in the boonies there, a small
It
place.
was,
But
yeah.
I would think that Durango has really grown in the last few years, like other cities in Colorado, hasn't it?
It has. And it's well, in Boulder and Netherlands are completely different than when we moved in. I mean, everything's just
Yeah.
so changed. So it feels like we've actually stepped back into kind of way Boulder, Netherlands was 20 years ago.
Oh, that's
So
great.
that's nice. And it's, there's the music scene down here is absolutely amazing. And having the college here helps a lot. And so, there's a lot of those kinds of things that I didn't really expect down here that
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying. So I
Yeah. And
really
it's
like
a
it.
beautiful area.
It
Oh,
is. Yeah. And
yeah.
everything's close by. I mean, there's the San Juans, there's the La Pala Mountains, and then there's Moab and all of Chimney Rock and all the desert areas. And so no matter where you want to go, there's no ocean. There's everything but the ocean.
Wow. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Is there still a train that goes up to Silverton and Uray?
yeah, there is. Yeah. It goes from Silverton. Well, it goes from Durango to Silverton and then back.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's a
fun.
great train ride. It's so beautiful, and especially in the fall.
Yeah, I was on it one time and it was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So, so no more work. Did you continue to enjoy your practice? It sounds like you did.
I did. Yeah, I loved it. I really loved being a veterinarian. And I thought I would be one of those people that retired when I was 70 or 80 years old, but sometimes life chooses other things for you and you just have to learn to go with the flow. And but I loved it. I really did.
What did you love?
I liked feeling like I was helping the animals and helping the people. And I like the interpersonal stuff between the people and the animals.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it I just felt it was very satisfying to be able to do something to help another creature.
that's
And
wonderful.
yeah,
Yeah. So what are you up to now?
well, I do take care of Jackie when mom's at work. Um, and I have picked my flute back up again. And I'm taking lessons and I'm playing in a couple of ensembles in Durango. And we've been doing a little bit of traveling over the last few years. And
Where have you gone?
well, the big one this last year was the Galapagos Islands, which was really incredible, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And it was that and a trip that I took years ago to Southern Africa, or just
Where?
blow out of the water experiences with the wildlife and so
Where did
forth.
you go?
In Africa,
Mhm.
I was in South Africa, and I was in Zambia and Zimbabwe,
Oh,
and in the
yeah.
game parks, Victoria Falls. And that was when the kids, that was my first big trip away from the kids. They were in elementary school.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you just froze. Uh-oh.
It was we
There.
were on a
You
little
unfroze.
catamaran and little tiny boat, and we were able to go into a lot of really cool places and see amazing. We hit it just right with the La Nina El Nino cycle. We hit the top spot, and so we really saw a lot.
Mhm.
And this year, I'm trying to get my bicycle wheels back under me. So far, with the weather that we've had, which has been unbelievable this year, I haven't actually been able to be on an actual bicycle. I've just been doing an inside bicycle, and I hope that it's going to work because I'm going to Holland in a week and a half to
Oh,
bicycle across Holland.
oh,
We'll
fantastic.
see how that goes. That could be rather amusing.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to that's with my sister, and then my sister and my husband and I are the ones that went to the Galapagos, and we're going to Greenland in later in the summer.
Wow, you're busy.
So yeah,
Does
yeah.
this mean you're going to miss the reunion?
No, I'll be there.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
So you'll be back from Holland
Yeah,
for
I'll
the
be back
reunion.
from Holland, and it's before we go to Greenland, so it'll be in between.
So
It's
it's
going to be a busy summer.
not so bad to retire, huh?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And my husband is a whitewater rafting guide by avocation, I guess, and by vocation, he was a geochemist, geologist, but he's on the Grand Canyon right now, so he's out of town for almost 3 weeks,
Oh,
running a raft through the Grand Canyon, which he's done 21 times now. I've done it 4 times, so we
in the
do a
Grand
lot of.
Canyon. It's something I've
Uh-huh.
always wanted to do and just never got
Yeah,
there.
it's amazing. Yeah, it's really
Wow.
and it depending on what time of year you go, you see all kinds of different things, and it's fascinating. So
Wow. Sounds like you've had a good life for all these years, huh?
I have. We've been really, really fortunate. We have.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you want to say?
Not really about myself. I'm really excited to hear what everybody else is doing, and the paths that we all took, and how things change for us as we move through it,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and it's fun. I mean, I teased my kids when they graduated from high school that I wanted to attend all of their class reunions from high school because they had such a small class. There were only 40 kids in every class, and they were all my kids, and I really wanted to find out what they did through the years because they were like my own kids,
Yeah.
and everybody in the vet school class is like my siblings, and I want to know what they did.
Our long lost siblings.
Right, exactly.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Cathy. This has been fun. And it's great
Yeah,
to see you again. And I look
yeah.
forward to seeing you in the flesh.
Yes, it'll really be good.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we've got about half of class coming. I hope more will join up as we get closer, and
Yeah, I think we've got quite a few people coming. Yeah, with significant others. Are you bringing your husband?
I am. Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
Okay, thanks, Cathy.
You're welcome.